Hello, I'm the King. Continuing my fight on ending racism. Let's start with the media is calling Donald Trump a racist because the leader of the Ku Klux Klan has endorsed him and Donald has not rejected his backing. Look at some of the idiots endorsing Hillary and nothing is being said. Recently, Colin Kaepernick would not stand up for the national anthem. He said he would not stand for a country that oppressed black people. Well, let's take a look at this. Why is it okay for one race of people to stand up for themselves and not another? We're starting with David Duke is an idiot. We'll admit that. But that being said, he has as much right to stand up for his beliefs as any black man or woman does. But neither will help end racism. If Kaepernick seriously thinks the United States of America is that bad, just go back to wherever his parents came from and see if it would be any better. He makes millions of dollars being the third-rate quarterback in the NFL. I'm sure he can afford it. Why do you think all of these people are trying to move into our country? Because we oppress certain people? That's ridiculous. You can become anything you want in this country. All you have to have is the drive and the desire. There are many black doctors, lawyers, business owners, etc. They did what it takes to get there. They didn't sit on the front steps selling drugs and complaining about racism. There are also many whites that sit on their front steps selling drugs, but they can't complain about racism because no one would listen. I guess the bottom line is, if you don't like it here, leave. The oppressed Colin Kaepernick can go anywhere he wants with the millions he has earned as a third-rate quarterback. Somehow, the grass always seems greener on the other side. I don't think Kaepernick ever compared what people here have as compared to any other country. Somehow, people are always crying about how the police treat blacks and this type of thing. It's ridiculous anymore. A friend of mine is black. Said he knows a black man that is doing 8 years in prison for running a yellow light. I thought it sounded kind of ridiculous, so I looked into it a little bit further. Turns out he was stopped for passing a yellow light illegally. However, he is doing the time because, now listen to this. Number one, he had no license. Number two, the car he was driving was illegal and had no insurance. Number three, he had drugs and drug paraphernalia in the car. Number four, he had an illegal gun. And there was also a warrant out for his arrest. Should I go on? If you are going to drive illegally, don't be an idiot about it. Bottom line, I don't think a lot of people want to end racism. They just like crying about it and giving them something to talk about. We never heard from Colin Kaepernick until he married his new Black Lives Matter wife. Let me ask you something. Why is every major city that is run by a black Democrat in trouble? The largest cities in the country, Chicago, Baltimore, St. Louis, have been democratically run for over 75 years. They have the highest crime rate, mostly black on black crimes. Do you think we need some changes? As Donald Trump says, what do you have to lose? Let's try it. By the way, Colin Kaepernick wore a Fidel Castro shirt during an interview after his oppression speech. Are you serious? Why doesn't he go there and see how great his life would be with Fidel Castro? Let's think about this. This is the King, and I will be back. Remember, if you don't like it here, we won't miss you. Get the hell out and go where you got to go. The King, I'll be back.